Most of us have either been or seen people that want to do it one particular way forever, and they're intractable in that position, and they end up ending really, really early in something that they care about a lot. Whatever it is, weightlifting, martial arts, any number of things. I don't even need to see hands up because everyone in here knows someone like that. One of the things that we've thought about is I don't want to do this as a hobby for 2 years. I want to do this as a lifestyle and a practice permanently. When I'm 100 years old, I'm going to figure out ways to hurt people. When I'm 100 years old, I'm going to figure out ways to lift weights safely when the rest of my body is rejecting my advances. And the game that's been helpful to play is how do you help others? If I'd never been banged up, you would not be very good at any of this stuff. Because I would be like a lot of trainers that are standing there going, do it this way. I'm giant, I have huge abs and strong arms, and I'm healthy. And I say do it this way because it worked for me. Great. But what that doesn't account for, in our experience, is the 80% of athletes that have charged hard enough that there's a bang up that they can't simply gut out. And that's where these pieces start to become a little bit more important. And to preface this with this, your body doesn't know or care what you're lifting, but it cares how well, how much, and how often you're lifting it. Accurate, varied accessories allow better to eclipse tired. Better is always better. Tired is simply tired. It's easy. And less, better, to eclipse simply more. You can't beat something into submission if it's already submitted. So that's when we start adding different tools, different strategies to keep people moving in the right direction. And there's not much that we can't reach. So if we get stuck somewhere today, ask, and maybe it'll lead to a tinkering that'll help people down the road. The primary patterns that you've already seen today are the stuff we're going to accessorize first. When we get to the end of the list for non-standard level change, there's diagnostics to figure out how we're going to best get people off the ground without their hands or with minimal use of anything but the tools and the tension. Before we get people off the ground, we're going to diagnose the best way to do it, because one of the only things I know for sure is just like the mace. If you flop to the fucking ground thinking you're going to get up and you don't, most people wouldn't continue from there. If you grab a hold of a mace and you try and 360 at once and it doesn't go where you're supposed to go, most people quit from there. If we don't pre-engineer failure and instead we engineer strategy, then what happens is they get off the ground. Right? 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 Everyone gets off the ground.